Mrs. Minister, Excellencies, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be here and welcome you at this first European Cultural Forum in this very vibrant cultural city. I think it's a good choice you made. On behalf of the Committee of the Regions and EU institutions in Brussels, that is a political assembly of elected local and regional politicians, providing them with a voice in the heart of Europe. The EC treaties oblige the European Commission and the Council to consult the Committee of the Regions whenever new proposals are made in areas that have repercussions at regional and local level. One area of such compulsory consultations is culture. As regards culture, we believe that Europe's strength lies in its diversity. Respect for cultural, linguistic, ethnic and religious diversity is one of the basic principles underlying the process of European integration, as culture determines the identity not only of the people of Europe, but of each individual European. European integration is not about leveling out differences or creating cultural uniformity, but about strengthening our diverse identities by fostering greater cooperation and understanding among the people of Europe. It is local and regional authorities that bear a major responsibility for shaping and supporting our rich variety of cultures and organizing cultural activities. Our towns and regions have a key role in promoting the development of networks in the cultural sector. They also have well-placed positions and are able to foster partnerships between all relevant actors in the cultural sector and ensure widest access possible to cultural activities. We especially welcome the idea of this forum, which is set to initiate a process of dialogue on a regular basis between cultural stakeholders, representatives of civil society and political decision makers. We also back the European Commission's plans to stage a European Cultural Forum every 2 years, involving all cultural players and practitioners at every level, and we look forward to the results of this forum. As the proposed agenda of this conference aims to follow the suggestions contained in the Commission's communication on the European Agenda for Culture, let me start the discussion with a regional view on this document. Being the Committees of the Regions rapporteur on the agenda, I welcome the document in that it rightly sets out the key role of culture in the integration process and notes the need for appropriate tools to promote Europe's cultural richness and diversity and thus achieve the strategic objectives of prosperity, solidarity and security, both inside and outside the European Union. The three objectives mentioned by Odile Quentin before, first, promotion of cultural diversity and intercultural dialogue. Second, promotion of culture as a catalyst for creativity in the framework of the Lisbon strategy. And third, promotion of culture as a vital element in the Union's international relations. Describe a reasonable policy framework for an EU policy in this field. I welcome the explicit recognition of the role of regional and local authorities and of the importance of the principle of subsidiarity in the agenda. According to the European Commission, the Committee of the Regions input helped to develop a common cultural agenda and new partnerships and methods for cooperation with member states, civil society and third countries. And we are pleased to note that our work contributed to making a step forward in the EU's cultural policy. In Europe's cities, towns and regions, culture is a major source of growth, jobs and investment. Culture is a major component of their development that has a fundamental role in promoting social cohesion and in contributing to the objectives of the Lisbon strategy. At a round table on cultural tourism on the 27th of June, held by the Committee of the Regions, the participants agreed that culture, together with innovation, plays a crucial role in helping regions to attract creative talents, tourism and investment. We believe that we should use or continue to use culture to boost the area's attractiveness, bearing in mind that culture is also a main driving force for tourism. Culture tourism in particular plays an important role in local and regional development. and it stimulates trade, industry, the economy and employment in both urban and rural areas and help to curb rural depopulation by providing a livelihood. In this meaning, I do fully support the Lisbon objectives, but I need to warn against making the objectives and concerns of the cultural industry the primary focus of strategic deliberations and developments in the area of European culture policy. The Committee of the Regions urges that the community should first and foremost meet its remit under the treaty to foster non-commercial cultural exchange, as the Article 151 says. In my view, the Lisbon objectives can only be successfully pursued if the European Union focuses its cultural efforts on the importance for society of the intangible values of culture. Cultural education and cultural cooperation must be fostered if society's creative resources are to be tapped and the cultural industry is to flourish. Culture exists without cultural industry, but cultural industry never exists without culture.